have seen, got a lot of shit going on. Turn on the M5, turn on the Lambo. We need to pull the cars out because my parents got a storage unit from Costco, and we're basically moving the cars so we could easily bring it in. Expedition pretty much worked fine. It's been working fine since we changed the fuse just yesterday. And I need to check out the Mustang to see if it'll start, because I'm not sure it will, because it has been several days. Got all that done, as you guys can see. On to the next task. I've never heard that in all the times I've used the Mustang since like 2017, so might not be a good sign. Literally nothing happening. Since the voltage is high, I'm trying to think something else might be wrong, but I guess we'll see. Well, we got 1 bar so far, so that's good. Battery was so bad that the damn thing battery charger died too, so that's just great. Where did I put my Lambo key? Think it's in the car, I hope. Literally got keys scattered all over the damn place. Okay, there it goes. Thinking about maybe just using the extension cord and plugging everything into the car, but the only issue with that is obviously water is going to be moving through here. We got the towels. Only issue is I have literally no idea where all the car wash stuff is. Starting to think my dad took the car wash stuff with him already, but I'm not sure because I literally do not see it anywhere. Got the infamous bucket.
2 hours later.
Finally, both cars are clean. Yeah, much anticipated. Even I was getting tired of how dirty it was, but finally time to get it done. I do need to vacuum at some point, at least in the M5. Neither car is actually dirty though. As you guys can see, it's not bad. I don't know if they vacuumed it at the dealer, but I don't think they did, but pretty decent for both cars, but could use a little bit of work though. And it is officially time to put the cars back in order. I will say washing the Lambo is interesting in that the car is really low, so it's an interesting feeling. Okay, 1 car down. Let's go on to the M5, which is actually running on the street right now. Okay, now the M5 is done. As you guys could tell, putting the car cover on in a very long time. Obviously we didn't even have the car for months since it was being repaired, but you know, it has been a very long time since we've used it. How's it going, everybody? It is fairly early morning, and you know, I am basically following my sister right now to this BMW shop, and she is dropping off her BMW, and I'm basically taking her back home, and she's going to basically take the M5 to work. And yeah, so that's pretty much the plan. The BMW 528 has a list of issues since it was diagnosed by the BMW dealer I think a couple of months ago, and my sister is basically slowly getting certain things fixed. I think on Monday my dad had taken the car to get the tires changed, so the tires were changed, and then, you know, not really sure exactly what's going on since the diagnosis was done some time ago, and I don't know if we really discussed all of the issues with the car, but I do know that there were a list of issues with it. So she plans to get everything basically fixed, but did not want the dealer to work on it. So we're going to this reputable shop that pretty much, I believe, only focuses on BMWs. You guys would have seen the shop in a vlog several months back, and I had taken the C55 to the shop, and there was a bunch of BMWs and stuff, and I was obviously the only Mercedes there. So interesting times, but yeah, that's pretty much what the plan is for this morning. Not sure how soon she'll get the car back, but you know, it is what it is. Obviously we have a decent amount of cars, fortunately, to go around. My mom has been driving the C55 even though she's not comfortable driving sedans, because the Expedition, obviously, we basically stopped driving altogether because of the breakdowns. Since the fuse was changed several days ago, this, you know, handful of times the car has, you know, been turned on. It's been perfectly fine from my understanding, so who knows, maybe the fuse fixed everything, but I really don't know for sure. And that's kind of where we're at with the Expedition. So it's pretty much just sitting at my house, and I wanted to get my brake fluid situation resolved, but I don't really have time to check the levels of the car to figure out whether it just needs brake fluid or I need to actually change out and flush the original brake fluid and put new one in, which I don't have the tools for. So I would be getting that sort of repaired somewhere else, whereas if the brake fluid just needs to be filled up, I was just going to buy it, since it's only about $6 a bottle for authentic BMW brake fluid for this car. So that's kind of where we're at, and you know, so I haven't had time to look into that, but obviously if it did need to be flushed out, I don't really have time to drop it off anywhere, for one, because I believe I would need to drop it off at CarMax, which is where I bought it under the warranty. And obviously if we lost the M5 to this brake fluid situation, I don't know, you know, if it would be repaired in one day or not. And if it's not, then, you know, we lose another car, and you know, we're already losing the 528, and then obviously we lost the Expedition like 2 weeks ago almost. And yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. So just going to hold off on that until later on, and we'll just go from there pretty much. The 528 is, I would say, definitely starting to show its age, but I guess it's only natural for the car to need a decent amount of maintenance work no matter what car you have after some time. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I mean, it is a 2013 that my sister bought in 2015, so she's had it for about 8 years, and you know, so I guess it's kind of expected to run into issues over time. And that's pretty much it for that car. Not really that much else to discuss. I do not have any update on the license plate issue. You know, there's literally been no update from the DMV on the Lamborghini plates. So hopefully, you know, it would be nice to get the plates. I don't know how much sense it would make to say Revenge with 2 V's if the car has a stock exhaust. So that might be an issue we need to fix, but I'm still waiting for us to reach 500 likes on any given video to basically modify the exhaust. I did previously look into it. I'm not 100% sure where I would lean. Maybe I kept notes on it, but I think it would be a FAP speed one, but I'm not 100% sure. Look at this Jeep, y'all. That's very interesting. It's like a soft pink. I don't know how well it'll come off on camera, but I've definitely not seen a wrap quite like that on any car. So that's interesting. I think I've seen like a hot pink color, but I've never seen a soft pink, so that's an interesting touch. I already turned off the camera since we made it to the place, but damn, look at this M3. The car I wanted rather than an M5, but I'm not complaining. The M5 is pretty sweet. Obviously, we leveled up by getting an M5 instead of M3, but you know, in the last, I don't know, maybe decade or so, I was very obsessed with M3s. I wouldn't call it a dream car by any means, but I would have definitely loved an M3, along with the C63 and, you know, the Lambo and all the other cars that I've wanted. We are another day and another trip to the post office. I'm just trying to get my seat situated since my sister had adjusted it. As you guys would have seen in yesterday's video, we dropped off the 528 and she took the M5 to work. She has not said anything about the 528, so I'm guessing there's still no update, but I would assume that they would have had the parts ready for the services because it was scheduled, but I mean, who knows how long the labor would take and whatnot. So that's kind of where we're at right now, and just cruising in the M5. My dad actually offered the green Mustang, but you know, I'd rather take the M5, to be honest, especially considering that I'm just more comfortable with it and everything. So that's kind of where we're at. And yeah, but it is a fun car to drive. As you guys know, I enjoy driving the Mustangs. Little off-putting to drive the green Mustang just because it's my dad's, and obviously I don't want anything to happen to it. And you know, so I think everybody kind of understands the nervousness of driving somebody else's car, at least to some extent. So I usually prefer driving my own cars rather than somebody else's. And yeah, here we are. Quick little run. I wish it was something more fun, but it is what it is. And yeah, I reached out to the Mercedes dealer last night, and I could be completely wrong, but I feel like these Mercedes dealers, or just maybe like salespeople in general, play a lot more games than they used to. I don't know if it's because of like the hot market and what it was and everything. Basically made these like car salespeople and like dealers, I don't know, like less responsive maybe, and like more aggressive and stuff, because they know they could get a sale either way from a lot of people. So the vibes are a lot different. I feel like a lot of it is like playing games, whereas like previous cars that I got, like the Lamborghini was like super easy to get, the C63 was super easy to get, the M5 was pretty straightforward, but when I reached out to the dealer, I didn't even get a response. So, you know, I don't know. I feel like searching for cars is like a lot different now, and I've realized that. I mean, when I was trying to get that Roush, and like that Roush dealer playing games and so on and so forth, and like I had instances with Bentley dealers playing games, I had instances with Chevy dealer playing games, whether, you know, that's just them lying, them not responding, them like unwilling to negotiate, and so on and so forth. As you guys would have seen in a previous vlog, I think a couple of vlogs ago, we had the situation with the Mercedes dealer where we were already scheduled to see a car. They didn't even tell us the car got sold until after we got there, so we wasted about an hour of our time. Wanted to see another car. The entire dealer could not find the damn key to a car on their lot. We had the situation with the dealer, the Mercedes dealer. I don't remember exactly where it was, and I don't want to say the wrong place, because then they would wrongfully get hate if I say the wrong place. But the Mercedes dealer we went to, nobody was picking up the phone, so we had to drive an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, to see the car. When we got there, they couldn't find the keys to the car, or they could find keys, they couldn't find the car, and they said the car was sold, but it didn't really explain how the hell they had the key for the car if the car was sold, unless the guy was using the wrong key altogether. We had that situation, and like what's even weirder about that, not only did we waste all the time, that car is still listed for sale even though it supposedly was sold. And that was, I don't know how many weeks ago, but I think it was about 2 weeks ago, and the car is still listed for sale. So that doesn't even make sense how it would be listed for sale if the car was already sold. So I don't know, man. I feel like dealers keep playing games, and I feel like I'm getting the same feeling about this dealer for the Mercedes. You know, they said they would let me know when it would be ready. I mean, when I reached out, they said I could come see the car, but it was getting detailed. And then when I tried to actually schedule the time to go see the car, you know, they basically said the detailing would be done during the day, and you know, we could come see the car. So I tried to schedule a time to see the car in that evening time, and then all of a sudden this person was like, oh, the car is actually not even here. So I'm like, how the hell do you go from saying the car's getting detailed to the car not even being on the lot whatsoever, and it being in an auto shop getting a scratch fixed? So at that point, I don't even know if it's a scratch getting fixed or what the hell's getting fixed. But you know, that whole situation, and then I followed up a couple of times since then. Last time I followed up, sorry about that, it's to 360. It's acting stupid like usual, so it just randomly shut off on its own. But yeah, so no response from the dealer in terms of my last email, nor had they reached out saying that the car's ready. They said the car would only take a couple of days to get fixed at the auto shop. Obviously, a couple of days only means 2 days, and it's been 6 days now because I reached out last Friday and it's Thursday right now. So, you know, it's hard to tell, but I feel like they are playing games, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was more damage than a scratch for some reason, or you know, there were just playing games and they're basically going to end up selling it to somebody else or something, even though it sounds like I reached out you know, pretty early on. So I don't know, man. I don't know, but that's how life is going. And yeah, I mean, we'll just see what happens. I believe the Mustang still needs to be jumped, but not 100% sure.